Hello everyone, welcome back. Teresa, Carolina Girl Wreath. I hope everybody had a good Mother's Day. Mine was bittersweet. My mom's no longer here, but I know I'm going to see her again. But I got my children and very blessed, as I'm sure many of you are. So I hope you had a very good Mother's Day. So today I'm going to be showing you, as someone had asked me, how to do a Woodland Ruffle wreath a different way. So this one, there's two ways I learned. One way is already on one of my videos. This is another way. It calls for a little more mesh, but it really makes a big wreath. So this is the other way that I learned. Some of you may even know it, okay? So first of all, of course, we're going to start with the 14-inch wreath frame. She's all ready with her pink pipe clears on. A total of 15. And if you don't know how, if you're first time joining me, thank you. I have my own tutorial on how to put these on. Works as great as the ones you buy, and you can say then you totally made it all the way. Okay, and I chose these colors of mesh. First of all, I got to show you the pretty sign. Where's she at? Okay, this is what we're going to be working with today. A beautiful mason jar. She says life is better in the summer. I just fell in love with her. So we're going to make her today. And I chose these colors because I think they go so well with the colors in the sign. So we have a kind of like a burgundy wine, a light pink, some white, a lavender, and I chose maybe a tad darker pink. So all my mesh that I'm using, all of them is a poly deco mesh, and purchased from my one and only craft outlet. Sometimes you can find some good sales. And the only one that is not poly deco, it's a iridescent foil, would be the darker pink. It has some pretty shades of just shiny in it a little bit. So I got this to a craft outlet, and they're all 10 by 10. Okay, so that's my shades for today. And please bear with me as I try to explain. Let me get my glasses on. I try to write down in each of my videos the descriptions of what I've used, so it'll help you more if you would like to make this wreath. So what we're doing is a different way for a Woodland Ruffle. And when you get through, you're going to have a total of, well, I'm not sure yet. I'll give you the total at the end. But I do know that first of all my mesh pieces are cut. Every one of them are cut at 20 inches. Cut every color you have at 20 inches. Okay? So the only color, does this make sense? I have chosen white. White is like a supplement color I'm going to be using. Reason why, okay, there's 9 pipe cleaners on the outside of my wreath frame. So if I didn't throw this white in, you're going to, when you finish your Woodland Ruffles, you're going to have at the end 2 exactly the same. You kind of understand me? I hope so. So this white kind of throws in and helps it all even out, if that makes sense. You'll see as I make the wreath. So, okay, so to start on the outside, here's the way we're going to do. Oh, excuse me. I chose the pretty ribbon here. The purple polka dot, the pink shiny. Got a little white throw in case I need it. And, of course, the pretty purple, the lavender. Okay, so those are the ribbons I've chose. And I think they all go with the sign. Okay. So the way we're doing this Woodland Ruffle here, let me place you down and get everybody right. So I want everybody to be happy with what they can see. And it's just right. And I do like to talk to my viewers on here. I want to know that I'm talking to you on the other side of the camera, a person. I'm just making conversation, that's all I do. Okay, so here we go. Take your mesh. I'm going to start on the outside. Okay, I'm using every color I showed you. Okay, so first of all, I'm going to start with my white. See, I've got it all. Okay. And of course, you'll need a clip chip. A clip chip, some kind of clipper chipper to hold your ruffle. So we're, see how it's curled up? This is what you want to do. In my other videos, if you'll notice, the Woodland Ruffle, I had it over. Leave the curly side up. Just leave the curly side up. And you're going to want to take it, get you some kind of tool. I always use my little pair of pliers here to hold down the end. Okay. Hold down the end. And then this end here, you just want to turn it under. You've seen this on my other video, the other Woodland Ruffle. We're just going to be doing the same ruffle. Turn it 2 or 3 times. Place your chipper. Turn her around. See how she rose up like that? So it helps to have some kind of tool. Something heavy. Anything, you can use anything to hold it down. Okay. And fold this side the same way. About 3 times. Then you're just wanting to scrunch it up. Hold it in the center with your 4 fingers and thumbs. Scrunching it up till you get to the end. Okay. And there again we have our first ruffle. First ruffle. Okay. So this is where my Bo Deborah comes in handy. She's handy for this. But if you don't have one, just put your clip on here and hold this. It'll hold this piece together because we're going to use this with another ruffle. So I put it in there. Now the white, I'm using 2 whites together. You'll see when it's all made. Here I go again, just rolling around simple. Chip. Okay. There we go. Scrunch it up there. The second ruffle. Okay, we got her. Now you just want to put her what I've done is I'm holding 1 ruffle in here, but I'm putting 1 ruffle in the wreath. Okay? So, place her on your pipe cleaner. And give her like just a couple of twists here. Because you're going to be taking the other piece that you had a clipper on or was holding on to somehow. Now when you put her on, don't lay her like this. Turn her. Turn her up and down. Okay, if you got that, just turn her up and down. Give her good 2 or 3 pieces here. Okay, so see, we just put one down one way and the top one up and down. So that's your Woodland Ruffle this way. You're just making them different ways. If you watch my other video of one Woodland Ruffle, you'll see that I've done them all together. But this is done with just 2 pieces of mesh. So, I'm going to move on next to I decided to use my burgundy. Forgive me if I mess up sometimes when I talk. I don't mean to. I've always been that way. Okay, here we go for the burgundy. Put it down the same way we've done the white. I know this part might be boring, but I'm going to show you how we start rotating colors here. Remember, all your mesh is cut at 20 inches. Every piece that we put on today is 20 inches. It just makes it full. Scratch her up. And guys, you can even put this piece down when you make her. I'm sorry. I'm just used to putting her in my bow dabber and holding her until I'm ready for her. But you can go ahead and put this piece down. It's fine. Or you can even make you up a few ruffles and clip them and set them aside. I guess you just get used to the ways you do things. Okay? So see, she's down like that. Now I'm going to change colors with her. I always put two colors together that kind of coordinate. So I chose her to go with the pink iridescent that I showed you had the little tinna, I guess shining or something. But okay, so I've already got her cut. Let's see. So here we go. Same way with this. Just rotating the colors, what we're really doing. Making the top ruffle. So I guess you could say we're just doing a double woodland ruffle to me, because you're really just putting them on top of one another, but they're going different ways. They're being put in different ways. Like one's crossways and one's up and down. Okay, see what I mean? Okay, I'm going to show you one more with the other two colors I have. So with the colors I rotate, it's going to make all the colors stand out in the sign, I think. Now you can also make this wreath with all one color. I really don't think you can do this way with two colors, just two around the outside, because like I told you, at the end, being an odd number of pipe cleaners, you're going to have two colors the same come together. You've got to have that one in there to throw it off to make it come out even. I found that out myself one day making them. So, okay, here we go. I'm going to put her down. Just follow her all around. I'm probably backwards to a lot of you on camera. I tend to go clockwise because I am left-handed. Okay, now see, so we got her ready. Now we're waiting on the next piece to go on top of her, but she won't go this way. She'll go up and down. So here's the light pink for that. You know, no matter how big a table, and I've got a pretty nice table here, there never seems to be enough room on it. Because, well, I know me, I am no organizer. But, okay. And I realize this wreath might take a little more mesh, but it is really, if you want to make one for somebody special or just somebody you love or going to sell, it does make a really full wreath. That's what I like about it. Okay. And she's going right on top of the purple, up and down. So see, this is why, right here, if you can see good. See how she's coming along? Now see, one more time, and I'm sorry. If I didn't put the white in here like that, 2 pieces of white, it would throw these colors off here, no matter how you put them on top of one another, because when you got to the end, you would either have these 2 colors together or these 2 colors side by side. And it don't look right. You'd have to see what I'm talking about. So there we go. So that's how you do the other way of the Woodland Ruffle. I'm going to finish the other ones on the outside, and then we'll come back, okay? All right. Okay, everyone. I've got the outside finished for you. She's really easy and fast to make. So what I've done, I wrote down the pieces for you that you'll need if you're a first timer. Hope you don't mind. Maybe this will help you better since I'm not a very good at explaining things. So on the out 2 rings that we just done, you'll be using, if you make something similar to this in your colors, the filler end piece color that I used for mine was the white. So you're going to have it in 3 places to even out your, your colors when you come to an end. So I have 6 pieces of white. Okay, remember they're all cut at 20 inches, every bit of them. Then I have 3 pieces of the burgundy, 3 pieces of the iridescent pink. That was the little pink with the glitter, or not glitter, but kind of shiny. Then the other pink, the metallic pink, the light pink, 3 of it, and I had 3 of the lavender. So you're really not using a whole lot of mesh off one row, which is a good thing about this wreath, about the method. And then too, the Woodland Ruffle method, there's no fraying hardly because you're rolling both ends. So there's the outside rings. Now on the inside, so I'm just going to do again, like I've done before, my ruffle. And while I'm doing this, I would like to just say thank you again, everyone that has subscribed, commented. Very nice words. I appreciate it so much. That's why I try to talk too. I feel like you are somebody on the other end of this camera to me. That's how I feel. Okay? So we're going to do just like before. Just go in there to your pipe cleaner. Anyone you want to start at. I know deco mesh sticks a little bit, but it's worth it when you get it done. Okay? And then you choose what 2 colors you want together in the center. I'm sticking with the same that I had. I'm doing the burgundy and the other pink. Like I say, where you have 9 going around on the outside, you're just going to have 6 in your center. Same way. Where did my mesh go? Okay. Where are you now? Hard to lose sometimes. Well, it is for me. Okay, so I'm going to continue this all around. Okay, so here she is, all done. All the Woodland Ruffles put on her, inside and out. See how I just chose the 3 white. And it goes with the sign good. So, I just want to tell you while I'm on here, while I'm thinking about it, on the inside, so you'll know. I don't remember. I may have got you wrong, but make sure, okay? On the inside now, you only have the 4 colors that you're going to use, okay? And there's 6 pipe cleaners, so you're going to need 3 of each. In other words, 3. I use 3 burgundy. I use 3 burgundy, 3 of the pink metallic, 3 of the iridescent pink, which is a little bit darker, 3 lavender. And so when I got all them in, I had a total of 12 pieces of mesh in the center. So 3 of each in the center. 3 pieces of each color. Okay? So if I said something wrong, please let me know in the comments. I would appreciate it. Would you please kind of do it nicely? I had somebody wasn't too nice a while back, but that's okay. That's okay. And I do make a lot of mistakes. But anyway, here's the ribbons. I've all got them all cut out and ducktailed. All my ribbons are 12 inches. I think everybody does that. I chose these 2 for the inner ring. And I'm going to use wasn't going to use the white, but I decided, yeah, because I've got white in the wreath. So I'm going with these 2 together on the outside. And they got little sparkles, but the sign does too. So I think it'd be pretty. So I've got them ready and ducktailed. So I'm just going to do a couple of ribbon here. I'm sure everybody probably knows how to do the ribbon. Okay, I'm going to put 2 together, scrunch them in the center. Find your place. Usually give mine about 3 or 4 in ribbon so they'll stay. Now mesh mine down in. But for some reason why I just do clip them off, not too short, they'll come undone. And then tuck the rest under your ribbon. And then just spread them out. It'll be really pretty, I think, when we get the sign all in. So there we go. So I'm just going to go ahead and do the ribbon around, this one on the inner and the other color on the outer. And we're going to be about done. Okay, here she all is with the ribbons. So that's the Woodland Ruffle, the other way you can do it. Put the ruffles on top of one another. So now we're going to go ahead and get our sign ready. I just love this beautiful sign. Okay? And what I like about it too, it has this here, which is going to make it easy to hang on to my wreath, the frame. So if you want to, you don't have to. This will work by itself. I've seen plenty of wreaths made with just like this hanging with it. But I always add it on the bottom of mine. This has got a little adhesive mount. It's sticky. It's got holes through it. I just like to add a little extra security to my frame sometimes. So I'll put one of these on the bottom. And it's up to you if you want to use it. They have them on Amazon. They're really neat. They have them on Amazon. They give you choices for how many you want. I think I got like 100 or so for $5, $6, something like that. But they're really neat to work, especially on signs that don't have any place to hang anything. Okay. So what I'm doing is I'm going to feed my pipe cleaner here. And I'm actually going to use 2, because I found that 2, just twist them together. 2 actually gives me more room to work with tied it on my frame. When I first started making wreaths, my mistake with signs was I was pushing them into the wreath too much. That's because my pipe cleaners were too short. I didn't have enough length to work with, so I found that by doubling them now, it just helps so much better. Pull that back to the center there, try to get them through. Bring out my pipe cleaner. Give it a twist or two. Secure it on. Okay, so that'll be ready for when we go to hang it. If you go that route. Okay, so here we go. Go place it on. Don't worry about your ribbons and stuff and all, because you're going to go back and take them all out once you get your sign on. Okay, find your place. Up here, it's a little fuller. Okay. So I'm going to take a couple more pipe cleaners and twist them together. This is just for me. You do how you want to hang on the top of it. I'm sure you can just hang it by with zip ties, or you can just what's best for you. I'm just simply going to take mine and wrap it around the string here. It's on the side. Give it a few turns. She's ready to go down into the mesh here. So I'm just going to go down between the mesh somewhere, find you a spot. Put my hand underneath so I can feel her come through. Okay, when I find that place, just work with it, you'll see. Just work with it. Bring it on down. Okay. You don't have to mash it. Now you don't have to pull it through really hard. Just enough to grab the two ends here. That's why I've extended mine. Easier for me to use. And I usually time around 2 rings. It just seems to give them more support than around 1. And I just time. I do mine about 3 or 4 good twists. And this is my way of doing it, because I one time had a customer said she wanted to put another sign on hers one time. And this way, if somebody does want to change signs underneath or something, you can just take your pipe cleaner out. Really easy, and they can put another sign in. So then I'm going down here to the bottom, where I want to put the bottom part in. Same thing, find me a place in the mesh. Sometimes it wants to hide. Pull her down in. Just enough to... And go back and do all the pulling stuff out. Push her over. Same thing. Make sure she's around 2 rings. Here she is. I'll kind of try to straighten some ribbons out around her. Just go in with your fingers, go up underneath if you have to, and push some ruffles out. Her handle there. Some stuff out. Push her out. Same all the way around. Them out. Just gotta work with it. Work with it to what you like, what you want. True wreath, and you say, wow, that looks good. So it's what you like. I do hope if I didn't explain nothing, please let me know. But I will have it in my description on my video of what you need, how many pieces again for sure. Here. Okay, now I would like for you to come back and join me soon. My next time somebody asked me to do a little country chicken wreath. I think I'm gonna go that route. A little something different. use a poof wreath with the ruffles and the curls. So I do hope you'll come back and join me for that. Like I say, just it takes a while sometimes to get this, but you'll get there. Just I guess I get a little nervous because I'm trying to hurry for you guys, and I think that's where I mess up a lot. So here we go. Should give a view of her if I can. Here she is. Cute little mason jar just for summer. For some reason it reminds me of grape Kool-Aid. I don't know why. I'm gonna put her on the door for you, okay? Side ring. Okay, everybody, can you see her? She's kind of pretty. I like her. I know it was took a while telling y'all this and all, but I sure do appreciate you watching me. I hope you try to make you one. Remember what I said, you can use any colors, you can use all one color. But I sure do thank you. I love the purple and just the way it just looks, it looks summery, refreshing. And I just want to say to you, I haven't really got nothing to say today to give inspiration, but I do want to tell you that I really appreciate you all. I do. And when I talk on here, it's because you all that watch me and take time to view me, and you matter. You're somebody. That's the way I look at it. That's the way I look at it. So thank you all. Hope you have a great evening. Till next time. Bye-bye. The inner two rings. You're going to just be